Four Kings, I'm putting it an S tier. I'm putting it like the first S tier boss. What's up, YouTube? Donker here, and today I want to provide you a tier list of all the Dark Souls 1 bosses that I've beaten. It's a disclaimer, I'm not a professional gamer by any means. I'm just an average guy. Played through Dark Souls 1 start to finish for the first time, and I have no reference to any other Souls games that I've completed. I've played some of the other Souls games, never completed them. Wanted to start with Dark Souls 1 and want to give you guys my input and my opinions on beating the game. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in and watched me stream. I really appreciate it. You can catch me live on Twitch. My links will be down in the video description down below. And just want to say thanks for watching and hope you enjoy the tier list. Okay, so this is going to be a tier list of my experiences with the Dark Souls 1 bosses. Asylum Demon, I'm going to put at a B. The Taurus Demon, okay, so why? I mean, he's just like an entry boss, has like 3 moves. He was easy to kill. The Taurus Demon, I'll probably put right there as well. It's gonna be like similar thing. Actually, maybe I'll put him at a C because of I just didn't like it. The Bell Gargoyles. Bell Gargoyles, I'm going to put at an A. Just make this a little bit bigger. Bell Gargoyles, I'll put at an A. It was the first boss fight where it introduces you to 2. I think it was actually the only boss fight. No, that's not true. Ornstein and Smo. I'm fucking stupid. So I'll have to put Bell Gargoyles at an A. Moonlit Butterfly, I'm going to put at a D. Capra Demon, F. Gaping Dragon, I'll put this at a B because this was the first boss of grand scale that you're fighting, and I think it was like the most badass boss that you fight so far, because the way I was playing is I did the Bell Gargoyles first and then the Gaping Dragon before going down into Blighttown. So the Gaping Dragon for me was like the biggest boss that I fought up until this point, and I thought it was a monumental accomplishment to beat it. Ballag, put this at an A. I think the boss design was really good. I think the artwork was really good. I really liked the boss room, and I thought it was a really good fight. Yeah, so the Stray Demon, I'm gonna put it at a C because it's literally the exact same moveset, and you fight it when you're a lot stronger, and it's the same fucking thing. Iron Golem, I will put at an A. Sen's Fortress and the Iron Golem, I thought was like one of the hallmark locations of Dark Souls 1 from all the clips and stuff that I've seen. You know, you run through Sen's Fortress and you have like all those pendulum things that'll like knock you off and shit. So I'll put Iron Golem at A. Ornstein and Smo, I think, is an S tier boss, just because of their unique movesets. Like Ornstein was like super fucking quick, and there was one time when I walked through the Veil, I wasn't even like fully loaded in yet, and I was already dead because of him. But once I got the hang of the boss, I beat him on like probably my 3rd try, and I also really liked the area. I really liked Anne Orlando a lot. What's her name? Priscilla, I'd say also S tier. I did not like the zone that much, but I liked it was the first boss that's invisible, and you have to not only dodge her attacks, like preemptively dodge, but also try and see where she is through the snow. And the artwork for her was really good. Gwendolyn, I will put down at probably C tier. Again, I really like the Anne Orlando area, and getting access to the boss was really cool. Having to equip the ring and the statue disappears, but the endless hallway was kind of lame, and all you have to do is just run and then hide behind pillars, and then you just rinse and repeat. So it's pretty easy. Seath the Scaleless, I'm gonna put Seath at an A because this was the first Great Soul or Great Lord that I defeated. I really liked the area, and when I was first trying to fight him, I deal damage, but he'd instantly get his health back, and I was like, oh yeah, I just gotta go sever that crystal thread thing. The only thing that was actually really fucking annoying about it is when you lock on Ceaseless Discharge, I'll put this at a B. Fire Sage Demon, probably a C. Fire Sage Demon, same moveset as the Stray and Asylum Demon, just a reskin. I still thought it was pretty cool. I really liked the Demon Ruins and Lost Izalith stuff. I really like the fire bosses. Like, I think they looked really cool. Centipede Demon, I will probably put this, I'm like on the fence with it. I'll probably put it at a B. I think it was one of the cooler looking bosses, and there was a move where he would do like this stretch attack or whatever, and I would dodge roll it, and then once I realized that I wasn't hit, I'd try and attack it. But that move was just so fast that even after I died and tried to attack him when he was doing that, he was still too fast for my weapon, but was still, you know, pretty straightforward boss. Bed of Chaos. I've seen a lot of gameplay of Bed of Chaos and kind of understood the mechanics, and I would stay out of range enough to not get hit and easily dodge, but also observe his attacks. But a lot of it really is just RNG on missing, because you're trying to run underneath him to attack. I didn't even know what was behind, like what he was shielding. Like, I think whatever was being shielded was the one manifesting all the chaos and like the boss itself. So I think the boss design was really good. The boss fight was really cheesy. So because of boss design, I'm putting it at an A. Pinwheel was easy as shit. I'll put that at a C. I did die to it though. I died to it once. Shit. Gravelord Nito, I'll probably put this at S tier because one, design, it was a fucking badass boss where you drop down and then he emerges himself from his grave and you fight him. He also has these like skeleton NPCs that I'm pretty sure were the same as the ones when you first get into the catacombs, and actually all throughout the catacombs. Like, you can only kill them if you have a divine weapon, but I was able to deal damage to the boss without using the divine weapon. So trying to dodge the skeletons and then the audio cue of the screaming, and he would like erupt like some toxic pillar under your feet that would pretty much one-shot you. I think that Gravelord Nito was such a cool boss fight. Sif, I would probably say is a B tier boss. I thought it was pretty easy, and there's a lot of lore with Sif and Artorias that I'm not familiar with. I think Sif could be an A or an S tier boss if your understanding of Artorias and Sif was well more understood. Four Kings, this might be controversial. Four Kings, I'm putting it in S tier. I'm putting it like the first S tier boss. I thought this was the most badass boss fight. I really enjoyed this fight. Using the abyss ring you get after killing Sif, and everything's all black. When I first fought him, I saw the phantoms and the messages of people sitting at a bonfire, and I was frantically trying to sit at the bonfire because I was sick and tired of the run back of New Londo after draining the water. And once I realized that that wasn't the case and I'm thrust into a boss fight, I thought it was really cool. Sanctuary Guardian, I'd probably put it down at D tier. I really liked the artwork for it, but fighting it was such a fucking pain in the ass, and particularly the stagger ability that he did. I thought was kind of obnoxious. After beating all the DLC before finishing the game, I went back into the Sanctuary and there were two of them, and I said, nope, fuck that. We got Artorias. I'm going to put up at S tier as well. I thought the intro cinematic was badass, and the boss fight was really fucking cool. Really liked it. And the area. Calamite, I'm going to put at probably a B tier. Leading up to the fight where you have to talk to what's his name, Goff or whatever, the intro where you can fight Calamite I thought was so fucking cool, where Go or Goff, he just shoots down, he shoots an arrow at the dragon. I thought was so fucking cool. The annoying thing about Calamite, I would have to say, like his fire breath, especially when he goes up and he just goes straight down and then it makes like a, you know, concentric circles. I've died to that move a shit ton. It was still a really cool design. And then the other move that I thought was actually really interesting that I didn't really understand was like the gravity pull that he does. So even like he doesn't bite you, you hear this ringing and it's like a gravity pull. I thought it was a cool move, but it was an okay boss. Manus was a fucking bitch. Manus was a bitch. I feel like it might be an A tier. Based off of my frustrations, I want to put him in F tier because I fucking died to him so much. But leading up to the fight, and he pulls you in to Ulasil at the very beginning. You then fight the Guardian, and then you fight, you know, Artorias. I fought Calamite after that. You go down into Ulasil. You keep going. You see the humanity spirit things. You drop down and you fight him. I think he looks really cool, but my struggle with him was, I think it was like one or two of his attacks I had such a hard time anticipating because it just was so big. It took up most of my screen. Imagine fighting Calamite with invisible fire. I know you were telling me about that, and that would have fucking sucked. And actually, when I don't know if you saw me fighting Manus, but I know you were saying one of the bosses was bugged, and when I was fighting Manus, I remember you saying that, and I immediately thought of the Manus projectiles being invisible, and that would have sucked. And then Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, I want to say S tier. I mean, Artorias did have aura. He mogged, dude. He mogged. I wish I got his armor before I beat the game. I would have to say Lord of Cinder. Man, just the boss fight itself was probably the easiest boss fight, because he only did 3 moves, technically 4. One was he would grab you and like explode. One was like a lunge attack, and then the other 2 was he would either swing his sword 3 times or 4 times. Easy boss, but the music is so good. I know the area was badass. And yeah, leading everything, all the hard work you've done leading up to Gwyn and the music when you fight Gwyn was really good. And another element to fighting Gwyn that I thought was really interesting is he did not want you to drink the Estus flask, because I learned that the Estus flask is just bottled flame, and he's a greedy son of a bitch and does not want you to have any of it. Since Gwyn represents the light, there's no black notes played on the piano during his boss fight. I'm not really a musician, so I wouldn't know. If let's see, if Pentashot's here, he would probably know if he listened to the boss fight, because Pentashot's an upcoming singer-songwriter. I think that's kind of it for my tier list. I thought this game was so much fucking fun. Seeing almost like the artwork and the scale of these bosses just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as you progress, and not in an overwhelming way, but genuinely in a beautiful artistic way. I thought that this game was so much fun, and going through, I'm never gonna remember these NPCs names, but what was his name, like Siegfried of whatever, and Praise the Sun. The Praise the Sun guy, when he has the maggot on his head, I thought was so sad. It almost put me to tears. So this is my tier list of the boss fights, and that not only includes the fight itself, but what it took to kind of get up to them, I suppose. Now, if I were to have to pick my single favorite boss, just based off of timing, experience, equipment that I had, I'd have to say Four Kings hands down was my favorite. Bell Gargoyles I thought was a sign that I could beat the game, because at that point you already fought the Asylum Demon, the Taurus Demon, and that's it. These are the only 2 bosses that I fought leading up to the Bell Gargoyles, and I struggled so much on the Taurus Demon, where once I beat the Bell Gargoyles, I was like, okay, I can beat the game. I can beat the game. So Bell Gargoyles was monumental. Four Kings I thought was badass. I thought Seath the Scaleless was super beautiful. Orenstein and Smo and Gwendolyn, the Anne Orlando area, I thought was really cool. Artorias I think was the most technical boss. I'd say Artorias and probably Manus are the two most technical, like high speed bosses. Capra Demon was a cock and a half. I hated that boss. Everyone knows why it's at F. No one should even put Capra Demon higher than that. Like, Capra Demon sucked. So fucking stupid. Confined space. You have 2 dogs on you. You don't even know your half of your health. Most of your health is already gone before you even like fully load into the area. What a clusterfuck. So now, do I load up Dark Souls 2? Total playtime 49 hours.